You are holding a pane of black glass in your hand. It is smooth, it is cold, it fits perfectly into the palm of the human hand. You call it a phone, you call it a tool, you call it a window to the world. You are wrong. It is a detonator, and the explosive is not in the device. The explosive is in you. For 20 years, the architects of the new city, the Silicon Valley technocrats, the data brokers, the attention merchants, have sold you a lie. They told you that the algorithm is a neutral service. They told you that it simply gives you what you want. If you like cats, it gives you cats. If you like politics, it gives you politics. This is the lie that keeps the prison guard invisible. The algorithm is not a mirror. It is a furnace. It does not reflect your interests. It incinerates your nervous system to generate heat. That heat is called engagement. And in the year 2026, the year of the Bing Wu, the fire horse, that furnace is running at maximum capacity. We are entering a period of solar maximum. As we have briefed you in the past, the fire horse represents the peak of yang energy. It is the sun at the zenith. It is the energy of expansion, of extreme visibility, of blinding acceleration. But what happens when you feed the most volatile, consuming energy in the 60-year cycle into a machine specifically designed to amplify volatility? You get a digital flashover. You are wondering why you feel anxious. You are wondering why every headline makes you want to scream. You are wondering why the world feels like it is sliding into a perpetual civil war of all against all. It is not an accident. It is an extraction model. The algorithm is mining your adrenal gland. It has weaponized the firehorse energy to turn the human population into a grid of exploding batteries. This is a strategic briefing on the enemy in your pocket. This is a breakdown of the psychops of the machine age. We are going to reverse engineer the outrage engine. We are going to show you how the new city uses your own biology against you. And we are going to teach you the only strategy that works when the atmosphere itself catches fire. Sever the connection. To defeat the machine, you must understand its physics. The algorithm is not just code. It is an alchemical engine. In Chinese metaphysics, fire is the element of the heart. It governs the shen, the spirit, the mind, the consciousness. Fire is responsible for joy, for passion, and for vision. But fire is also the only element that consumes its host. Wood feeds fire, but fire burns wood until it is nothing but ash. The algorithm operates on the exact elemental principles of the Bing Wu pillar. Bing is the sun. It demands to be seen. It demands to be the center. Wu is the horse. It is the engine of restless kinetic movement. When you open your feed, you are entering a Bing Wu simulator. The defining characteristic of the Bing Wu, high noon, is that it casts no shadow. Shadows are necessary for civilization. Shadows are where nuance lives. Shadows are where privacy lives. Shadows are where diplomacy lives. Diplomacy is the art of not saying exactly what you mean. It is the polite fiction that allows two opposing forces to occupy the same room without drawing swords. The algorithm destroys the shadow. It forces everything into the blinding, scorching light of the absolute binary. A 15-second clip does not allow for context. It does not allow for the maybe. It only allows for the yes or the no, the based or the cringe, the ally or the enemy. This destruction of the shadow creates a flat reality. In a flat reality, there is no depth. There is only surface area, and the algorithm rewards the surface area that burns the hottest. It promotes the hot take. It promotes the scream. It buries the cool take. it buries the whisper. In 2026, the digital landscape is a desert at noon. There is nowhere to hide from the glare, and because you are exposed, you are defensive. You are constantly scanning the horizon for threats. This is not a software bug. This is the feature. The machine wants you naked and afraid because a naked, afraid human being clicks more links than a secure, clothed one. The fuel of this digital fire is dopamine. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter of seeking. It is the chemical of more. It is the biological driving force of the fire horse. It pushes you to the next scroll, the next video, the next hit of validation. Serotonin, conversely, is the neurotransmitter of satiety. It is the chemical of enough. The algorithm is meticulously designed to suppress serotonin and hyperactivate dopamine. It operates on a variable ratio reward schedule, the exact same psychological mechanism that powers slot machines. You pull the lever, you refresh the feed. Most of the time, you get nothing of value, just noise. But occasionally, unpredictably, you get a hit, a notification, a viral post, a piece of news that validates your exact worldview. That unpredictability is what hooks you. It never lets you finish. The infinite scroll is a mechanism of infinite seeking without finding. In a firehorse year, this creates a biological short circuit. You are running the seeking software of a Neolithic hunter-gatherer on a loop that never closes. Spark, spark, spark. But the engine never catches. This creates the bored arsonist psychology. You are overstimulated, yet totally numb. You suffer from anhedonia, the inability to feel normal pleasure. So, you require increasingly extreme stimuli to feel anything at all. You burn things down, reputations, relationships, your own time, just to see the flames. The algorithm recognizes this numbness and automatically scales up the intensity of the content it serves you. If yesterday you clicked on an angry political debate, today you will be served a street riot. If yesterday you clicked on a fitness model, today you will be served an unattainable, AI-generated hallucination of perfection. The algorithm must continuously raise the voltage to pierce through your growing numbness. How does the machine maximize this heat? It weaponizes the friction between human beings. It engineers the outrage loop. In the old city, physical reality, conflict is expensive. If you scream at a man in the street, you might get punched in the face. If you insult your neighbor, you might need their help when your house catches fire. Physical reality imposes a natural, saturnine brake on firehorse behavior. The consequences are immediate and visceral. In the new city, digital reality, conflict is cheap. The algorithm removes the physical consequences of aggression while amplifying the psychological rewards. It turns you into a gladiator in an invisible coliseum. The algorithm pairs you with your exact anti-particle. It maps your psychological profile, identifies your deepest insecurities and highest ideals, and then deliberately shows you the people who mock those ideals. If you are an environmentalist, it shows you the industrialist polluting the river. If you are a traditionalist, it shows you the radical burning the flag. It forces the two rocks to grind against each other. Why? Because anger is the highest engagement emotion in the human spectrum. When you are happy, you might like a post and scroll on. When you are angry, you stop. You read the comments. You write a long, impassioned reply. You share the post to your own feed to express your disgust. You spend 20 minutes inside the app, generating hundreds of data points, viewing dozens of ads. Your outrage is their revenue. Your high blood pressure is their quarterly profit. This is the ideological trap. The system feeds on your resistance. When you fight the lie in the public square, you amplify the lie. You give it oxygen. You think you are raising awareness. You think you are fighting the good fight. You are not. You are a hamster in a wheel, running yourself to death to power a machine that doesn't care about your cause. The algorithm does not care if the left wins or the right wins. The algorithm only cares that the war never ends. The fire horse archetype is the narcissist of destiny. It is the energy of the sun believing that the entire universe revolves around its gravity. The algorithm industrializes this narcissism. It sells you the most dangerous drug in existence, main character syndrome. In the physical world, you are small. You are one of 8 billion. This humility is painful, but it is necessary. It grounds you. In the digital world, you are the king. The world is presented to you. The content is curated for you. The interface asks, "What is on your mind?" It implies that your mind matters to the collective. It implies that your opinion on the war, the economy, or the latest scandal is required. This inflates the ego to the point of rupture. I must speak. I must take a stand. Silence is violence. These slogans are the operating system of the narcissist engine. They compel you to insert yourself into events that have nothing to do with you. But what happens when millions of people all believe they are the main character? You get the woo-woo self-penalty. In Bazi, when horse meets horse, it creates a self-penalty, an injury you inflict upon yourself through blind arrogance and volatile emotion. Because everyone is screaming for attention, the competition for visibility becomes a blood sport. To be seen, you must be the most extreme. You must be the purest ideologue. You must be the most ruthless critic. And the moment you achieve that visibility, you become a target. You enter the kill box. The algorithm serves you up as the dish of the day. The mob, hungry for their own dopamine hit, swarms you. They scour your past 10 years of data for a single mistake. They isolate a quote out of context. They strip away your humanity and reduce you to a two-dimensional villain, and then they slaughter you. They destroy your reputation, your livelihood, your digital existence. The main character thinks the applause is for them. They do not realize the applause is for the executioner. By playing the game, by seeking the digital crown, you are volunteering for the guillotine. You cannot separate the mind from the body. What happens in the digital city manifests in the physical vessel. When you consume this digital fire, you trigger the kinetic trap. Your body sees a threat on the screen, a rage bait video, an economic collapse graph, and it releases cortisol and adrenaline. Run! The body screams. Fight! The body screams. But you cannot run. You are sitting on a couch. You cannot fight. The enemy is a pixel on a screen. So the energy sits there. It has nowhere to go. It becomes static tension. It accumulates in the trapezius. You feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. It accumulates in the psoas. Your hips are tight, ready to sprint, but frozen in the chair. Your breathing becomes shallow. You are trapped in apical breathing, signaling to your brain that you are continuously suffocating. This is the cardiac crunch. Your heart is pumping, go, but your physical reality is stop. You are revving a high-performance engine while standing on the brakes. Eventually, the engine blows. This manifests as adrenal fatigue, chronic inflammation, and neuroinflammation. Your brain is literally running hot. The brain fog you feel is the smoke from this internal fire. The algorithm induces passivity in the real world by exhausting you in the virtual world. You expend all your kinetic potential, moving electrons on a server. You have no energy left to lift weights, to build a business, to organize your local community. You are a paper tiger, loud on the internet, completely harmless to the establishment in the physical world. A population that vents its rage on a digital wall is a population that will never storm the physical castle. The algorithm is the ultimate pacification tool. You cannot negotiate with a forest fire. You cannot moderate your usage of a weaponized AI designed by thousands of engineers to hack your brainstem. To survive the Bing-Wu flashover, you must adopt the strategy of the salamander. You must become cold on the inside. You must sever the connection. This is the protocol of the void. 1. The air gap, the two-computer strategy. You cannot live entirely without the internet, but you must stop carrying the detonator in your pocket. You must establish an air gap. Remove all social media applications from your phone. Delete them. Your smartphone should be returned to its original function. A logistical tool. Maps, calls, texts. If you must use social media for business or intelligence gathering, do it on a desktop computer. This creates physical friction. You cannot pull a desktop out of your pocket while waiting in line at the grocery store. You cannot bring a desktop into your bed. You dictate when you enter the new city. You do not let the new city follow you into the old city. 2. The albedo of zero, the gray man. Stop feeding the machine your data. Stop posting your opinions. Stop posting your outrage. Stop posting your location. Lower your albedo, your reflectivity. Become the gray man in the digital realm. If you do not emit a signal, the algorithm cannot map you. If the algorithm cannot map you, it cannot trigger you. When you see a post that makes your blood boil, recognize the physical sensation. Recognize the trap. Do not comment. Do not quote tweet. Do not engage. Starve the coliseum of your attention. Your silence is not surrender. Your silence is operational security. Let the fools of fire burn themselves out in the comments section. You remain in the dark, fully charged. 3. The ATP dump and the analog archive. When you disconnect, you will feel withdrawal. The sudden drop in cheap dopamine will make you feel anxious, restless, and empty. You must replace the digital fire with physical fire. When the urge to scroll hits, perform the ATP dump. Sprint. Lift heavy iron. Give your body the physical exhaustion it is craving. When the urge to consume information hits, turn to the analog archive. Read physical books. Books written before the algorithm existed. A 500-page book is the antidote to the 15-second video. It requires sustained focus. It requires you to hold a complex thought without an immediate dopamine reward. It forces your brain to cool down. Why do we do this? Is it just to sleep better? Is it just to lower our blood pressure? No. We disconnect because the sovereign mind is the only weapon that matters in the coming decade. The world of 2026 is a world of mass psychosis. The fire horse is burning the institutions, and Saturn is dropping the iron cage. The people who are plugged into the algorithm will be driven insane by the contradictions. They will be paralyzed by fear, manipulated by outrage, and ultimately crushed by the pressure. The one who controls their own attention controls their own destiny. When you step out of the digital panopticon, you realize that the world is not actually on fire. The sky is still there. The ground is still solid. The panic is a hallucination projected onto a screen. By refusing to be a battery for the algorithm, you reclaim your kinetic energy. You can use that energy to build the citadel. You can use it to secure your heavy assets. You can use it to build high-trust relationships in the physical world, the parallel economy. The algorithm is a fire horse. It is wild, it is dangerous, and it is destroying the weak. Do not try to ride it. Do not try to tame it. Step off the track. Walk into the quiet woods. Let the stampede pass. You are not the main character in their digital nightmare. You are the author of your own physical reality. Close the app, put down the glass, and wake up. This is Prescient. We are watching, but we are no longer scrolling. On this channel, we cover a wide range of topics, similar to this one. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Otherwise, we may never see each other again. See you again soon, dear viewer.